Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is David. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you this, okay, a almost 50%, still 50% completed full stack e-commerce that is running on AWS infrastructure. Like currently, this is running on CloudFront. Let me see whether I can screen in. Okay, so currently this is running at CloudFront. Okay, and the images are running inside S3 bucket. Let me show you. And there's no S3 bucket URL anymore. There's a backend. Let me show you. There's a backend running. Let's say Mac. Okay, this is a bit slow. Let me close. So the backend is running a Node Express that is acting as a API redirect to a database, and this database is running in EC2. Let me show you. So let me show you something. There's a database that I'm running. It's using Postgres. So there's a let me see. So there is a database called WordPress. Okay, then there's a table that is under products. So at this moment, everything is tied to this database, and I even have a view all products. So basically, it's able to search all the products, 103. There is some bugs I need to fix, as in there's a lag going on behind, but that's out the scope for now. So right now, my job is to see how can I transfer this database in an EC2 instance to an RDS. Let me show you how this is done. Let's begin. And I'm back. So basically, I created this database, but I'm gonna scrap it and restart a new one. So basically, I'll choose the Aurora, and I'll choose the version. I'll keep this to dev, and I'll change this to WordPress. I'll change this to WordPress for username. I'm gonna do self-manage at this moment because I have to redo the SDK for the React, and that's not the topic for today. And I'm gonna key in the password. Gonna keep most of it default because at this moment, okay. So basically, there's a backend that's running on EC2 instance. So I'm just gonna choose the EC2 instance, and the subnet is default security group. This one, EC2 to RDS. I'm just gonna choose this one first. So everything is default. There's even a certificate. Monitoring default, logging. I'm gonna choose WordPress database because by default, if you don't create a database name, it will use Postgres. Okay, I'm gonna create. Well, the new database is up. So right now, waiting for this instance to spin up. Okay, so the WordPress is up. So So the Docker container is running. So I'm gonna make changes to the endpoint for the database just to make sure that I can reach. Code-v pi 545432. Okay, so it's connected. So right now I have to change the endpoint URL. Forgot to run sudo. Okay, so is the Node Express running? I can't tell. Okay, no, nothing is running. So okay, so it's connected to the database. So let's try this. I need to get this done. There's always a delay. And I'm back. Okay, so right now we're having issue here because there is no products created in the database, the newly created database in RDS. So I have to create the database. So I'm gonna run this in the background here, and I'm back. So basically, I created a log file and I run this command so that I can see what's going on when this node server is running. So right now we're having this issue because there's no tables in the RDS. So I'm gonna use the Docker PSQL to access this endpoint. So I'm gonna find out what's the Docker name. Okay, I didn't have. So I'm gonna run this Docker with this, and I'm gonna run PSQL. Gonna run host because I can. Gonna run the endpoint. Then I'm gonna run user and gonna run the database and gonna key in the password and I'm in. Okay, so let's see whether the database is in. Okay, so there is database, so let's see whether the tables is in. Okay, there's no table. Let me take my predefined tables, gonna paste. Okay, then I'm gonna take my 100, gonna insert. Okay, then to verify that everything is in, so I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna make sure that this backend is actually connected to RDS. I'm gonna stop the Docker. Okay, so is the Docker still running? Nope. Okay, so let's try again. Let's look at the file. Okay, so right now it's working. Able to search for the, still takes a while. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so it's running, it's working right now. The backend still have issues running. Okay, to understand what's going on, I'm gonna run some logs. Let me see if I can modify some. Running shoes. It's working. There's something wrong with the latency. There's nothing wrong with the front end, so this is definitely a back end issue. Also could be because my back end API is running on one instance and it's running T2 micro. But I'm gonna see whether I can generate some logs. Gonna modify the cluster. Let me try again, see what we have. How about P luxury? Let's see whether I can get something out. Let's look at the log group. Let's just run query and see what we get. Nothing at this moment interesting. Nothing. P. Let's look for P. I have P. Let's look for backpack. Pack. I have no idea. But there's a few factors because my instance is running pretty small. But let me show you. Yeah, T2 micro, and it's only on one instance, and there's no log running, so I can't tell what's going on. Well, if you can share a like on this, maybe you can put your suggestion in the comments below. The backend is definitely connected to the RDS. Okay, this is nothing to do with the connection. This has more to do with the pagination. So it is working. I'm able to connect. I'm able to view all products. Okay, there's some latency running. Okay, this has definitely got to do with latency. Okay, so okay, wait, let me see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's some hiccups here and there because of how small the instance that I'm running. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to get back to you. Bye. Hello, it's David again. So in my last video, I shared that I'm having intermittent issue, right? Well, I found the issue. Okay, so I'm able to get it solved. If you notice, it's quite responsive, even though there's some delay, but it's pretty responsive. Okay, and the issue is because my backend, I'm running a load balancer, okay, that is tied to a target group to the backend. The problem is load balancer are meant to be meant to have two AZ, so A and B. So I was trying to save costs, and I only brought one instance in one AZ. So in actual fact, you should have two AZ. So whenever it's calls the load balancer, it has two IP address, and one of them result in timeout, and that's why I'm having a timeout issue for my backend. So I hope this answers your question if you have any. Catch you again. Bye.